kidney beans, but we call it peas because we make our own rules. We do what we want, and that's why. So today we're gonna make rice and peas. So for a 454 gram bag, which is a 1 pounder of peas, and I'm gonna constantly say peas because that's what I'm used to calling these. For a 454 gram, depending on how many people you're cooking for, I'm using half a bag. And they take really long to cook, so I'm not gonna waste my time and waste my energy and my electricity and all of that. I'm just gonna put it in this big old pressure cooker and give it like 20 minutes in the pressure cooker, and that should cook it. And then after, we'll get a rice on and get it all together. So with this rice and peas, we're gonna make oxtail, and obviously we're gonna start with the peas because I only have 1 pressure cooker, and I'm gonna put the oxtail in the pressure cooker also because I don't want it to take forever. Even though the longer you cook it low and slow in the oven, it tastes better. All-purpose seasoning, meat seasoning, garlic powder, onion powder. I'm putting, obviously there's salt, there's pepper, there's fresh garlic, and I'm using all the Jamaican brands really. So I use some Maggi all-purpose, Maggi all-purpose. Focus. I use some Cool Runnings meat seasoning. I'm gonna add some thyme in, then chop this real quick. Oh, and there's an oxtail seasoning. I use that too, but I finished it off, so I don't have that to show you. This food browning. It's kind of like molasses, or you could make your own food browning or food coloring by burning sugar, but I just bought the one because it's convenient, and that's why it's so dark, so I don't have to give it a sear really to say I need some color on it. It's already dark. So I'm just gonna add this to my pressure cooker. So to my peas that's already cooked, see they're soft, they're breaking apart. To this I'm going to add some butter. We're gonna add some thyme. We're gonna pick the stems out after because the water is already boiling. It's gonna get all seeped in. The flavor of the thyme will be seeped in. We're We're gonna add some salt. This goes in the pot. Most times, or most people would leave it whole and just drop it in and take it out after. I want everything to be meshed up with the rice, so I'm not gonna, that's why I chop it. Gonna add a Scotch bonnet, a green one. That goes in. We're gonna do some coconut milk. Gonna add some pimento. They look like peppercorn, but they're not. They have a different flavor. Some of that. So we're just gonna cover this. Turn it on like medium heat. Then I'm gonna add some chicken stock. Ideally it would be beef stock, but I run out of beef stock, so I'm using what I have. So I'm using chicken stock. Adding my chicken stock. So the rule of thumb to cooking rice is 2 to 1. So 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. So whatever teacup, I mentioned this in my other video, whatever teacup or coffee cup you use to measure your rice, you're going to use 2 of those with water. I don't have to measure because I've been cooking rice and peas for so long. I already know how much water to put in. So my rice is washed, and I'm just gonna add my rice. And this is a clutch your pearl moment for most people. I'm using basmati rice because that's the rice I like. Most people use plain white rice to make their rice and peas, or they'll use parboiled rice to make their rice and peas. I like basmati, so clutch your pearls. Clutch all of your pearls. Pearls around your neck or in your ears, wherever they are, clutch them because I'm using basmati. About 35 to 40 minutes to cook, and all the thyme stems and the green pepper or the Scotch bonnet pepper, that's what it was. It floated to the top, so I just skimmed them off. Pimento seeds are skimmed off. Rice is ready. Looks really good. Ideally a ladle will work for this, but I'm gonna skim off some of the oil from the top. You could see we don't want that. I'm gonna skim some of that off, add a little bit more onion, and traditionally they'll cook it with or add some beans, lima beans. They call it butter bean in our country, but because I'm making rice and peas, so we have really red beans in the rice, I didn't want to add beans to this, so I'm just gonna need to make the sauce a little thicker. And obviously skim the oil first, and I'll see you in a second. Obviously if I had the beans in, I wouldn't have to add any ketchup. The ketchup had a little bit of sweetness, and it also also could add to the thickness of my gravy. So I know it has a lot of gravy or sauce, but I'm gonna use this sauce in another dish. So that's why I make it so saucy. It's dinner. It's going to be dinner. So this is what it is if we're eating at home. And I'm gonna try to be bougie and plate it if I was at a restaurant, because this is how I would plate it if I was eating out, or if I was working in a restaurant eating out. Obviously we're not taking the bones out because we're not doing that, because that's the fun part of eating oxtail. You get to suck on the bones and it's yummy. So we're gonna make this as pretty as I possibly can, and we're going for height here. So we're gonna do some sauce, sauce. And that's my oxtail and rice and peas. Bougie-ish. Eating at home. Bougie. Eating at home. Bougie. Eating at home. Home style. Restaurant plating, or my version of restaurant plating. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, all the things. The whole of them want. Do the whole thing. Do the whole thing. Do the most. Me I look for the most. My rice and peas. My bougie plate of rice and peas. Bougie plating according to Tamara. And me ghetto style plating, because I yard with it. When I go eat nothing, it look good. I know say it tastes good. You don't know. I know that. The oxtail soft, the rice tastes good, oxtail tastes good, the rice really coconutty. Is that a word? Maybe I just made that up. But you know what I mean. Nah, lie. There's no fake reaction here. None! Because the food in me can't cook. You know? Can't cook.